Yo, what's good, boys? Today I just want to talk about movement on keyboard and mouse for Call of Duty. Actually, a subscriber had this idea. He hopped in my chat yesterday for the video premiere, and I thought it was a pretty good idea. Even though Cold War is coming out soon, it'll still be relevant because a lot of this stuff transfers. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So I guess we'll start off with my binds here. So yeah, for my settings, I just play 6.5, 400 DPI. With a 0.88 zoom for low and high. Instant, legacy, pretty much all this is, this should be off. Should have had that off. I don't know why that was on, but yeah. Movement, I do slide behavior on tap. I think that's the only thing I change. These are my keys. My use key is C, which is a little odd. I'll get into that in a bit here. You could put it on E, but I'll show y'all why I have it on C. Jump is standard, crouch I use left control, sprint is also left shift, prone is Z. Anything in here? I think this is all standard. I have weapon mount on mouse wheel 4. Pretty sure this is all standard here, except I do change weapons with 3. 3 is just a very easy key for me to hit with my index finger. And then all this stuff you can really put it wherever, it's not that important. So yeah, now for classes, obviously every gun has different stats and they add different things. Obviously there's a movement speed feature with most of the attachments, and I would recommend you guys try to balance movement speed with range. I'm not saying put all movement speed attachments on your gun, because you're gonna have no range then. It's not gonna be a good time. But say for like, I don't know, like an Uzi or something, you put on like a long range barrel and like no stock. It's usually a good combo, and you could move around a little bit quicker that way. So I guess the number one thing I would say to learn first is probably learn how to slide cancel. Pretty much everyone knows how to do this, all the streamers, and it just kind of looks like this. So all you have to do for that is you'll have to tap your slide button twice. Well, you have to be tack sprinting first, and you're going to tap your slide button twice, just like this. And then after you tap it twice, you hit the space bar right away, so it's going to look something like this. And this is going to allow you just to pop up faster rather than just hitting it twice. Now I recommend if you're on keyboard and mouse, you do this with 2 different fingers. So I use my left pinky for control and then use my thumb for spacebar. It'll be kind of hard if you did it with, like, I don't know, control and shift on the same finger. So yeah, try to make this on 2 different fingers. It should help out, make it a bit easier. But yeah, this is probably the number one thing you should learn because it transfers right over to Cold War here. So next I'll just talk about weapon switching quick. I think this is pretty important because I run out with my combat knife a lot. I have it on 3 and I hit it with my index finger. That way I can hold down on W and switch weapons at the same time. That's really the only thing for that. As well as C for my interact key. I could do the same thing. E is also a great key if you wanted to use E. That's doable. And then for Q, I just have that on for melee. I guess the next mechanic I'll talk about is B hopping. Just like B hopping around corners. Some of y'all probably know how to do this already, but what it is like, say someone is right there on the stairs. What you'll do is just jump peek it like that and bounce as you peek it. That was a bad one. If I can actually do it. So yeah, you have to like time your bounce. Basically, you just have to practice it and get the feel for it, but all it does, it just makes you harder to hit for the opponent. You just like skip across and at the same time you can ADS. So I don't think this is in Cold War, unfortunately, but I mean, just learning all this in general will help with your movement, so I would say go ahead and learn it. It's not that hard. Next, I'll just talk about wide peeking. For example, say we got an enemy like right here, and you know he's there, he's expecting you to peek. Instead of just walking around this corner normally, you know, and just going slow like they'd expect, a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll try to swing wide and jump like this. And then look, I'm almost all the way out here, and it might catch them off guard, and then they'll have to adjust really fast. And a lot of times you can get kills this way. You can also throw it in with a B hop too. It'll be a very wide peak, and then they'll have to do quite the adjustment. So yeah, combine that with the B hop and the slide cancel, and you're pretty much set. Another tip I have for you is if you're going for a strafe, say you're like running this way, you're gonna want to look to the side you're jumping to. So if there's an enemy over there, instead of jumping out like this, you can't even do it. Instead of jumping out like this, you know, if you look more to the side, you'll get a bigger jump and it'll throw them off a lot more. So just like this. See, I can like hit the wall if I do that. You'll have to get used to like learning to aim back. So you just aim here, jump quick, and then aim right back. So yeah, it's a pretty useful tip. I do that quite a bit. My favorite peek that I like to do. Say, I don't know, let's say there's an enemy like right at those tires over there. And say you're running this way and he sees you crossing. He's going to anticipate you're going to go right here, right? And the thing I do a lot is I will re-peek the side I run to, so like this. And I'll re-challenge him from the side I ran to. This has worked so many times, and people usually only counter if they know my playstyle. So like my friends know I do it a lot, so they expect it. But if you're playing against like randoms online, you can get this down. I promise you'll win so many freaking gunfights and engagements. Just think about it from over here, like his point of view. He's just gonna see you running. He's gonna expect you to come here. You're gonna re-challenge and wide peek him from that side. He's gonna have to adjust here, and then by then you should already have some shots in him, and then you should win the gunfight. That's pretty much everything I use and everything I do. Another note is for tac sprints. If you're running stims, you can actually reset it. I do this all the time as well, so you can get a longer tac sprint and it won't run out. Overall though, just try to space out your keys and make sure you're using different fingers. So like I said, I use 3 to switch my weapons. I also use that for D and my interact key. And then I use Q for melee, that's a different finger. And then shift control is a different finger, that's my pinky. And then I use thumb for spacebar. And I also have V and like some other binds on my thumb, but those aren't as important. So yeah boys, I'm going to show you some clips of me just using this movement on some bots, so you can kind of get a look for what it's going to look like when you've mastered everything. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. That's really all I do. If you guys found this helpful, please drop a like. It'll really help me out. And yeah, Cold War is dropping soon, so I'm not sure it's the best time to make this video. A lot of it will transfer, so hopefully you guys will benefit from it regardless. Alright, yeah, enjoy these clips, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.